I promised that I will be in Bahrain on the 24th of May, Friday. The location has been fixed. It's Hotel Rami Grand, opposite to Seif Mall. Those desirous of meeting me in Bahrain can contact my team at the WhatsApp number given below or drop an email at the email address given below. See you in Bahrain on the 24th of May.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. Today the market is down, so there's been pockets of opportunities appearing here and there. On those stocks which Anand always asks you to consider, some of them have opened up well, and maybe it's time you can look at your tiffin coffee range, as they used to say. And some of those are like Natco, Dr. Reddy, Karnataka Bank, IDFC Bank, even ITC, though it's not corrected much, it's still looking at a very attractive price point. Titan has of course corrected, but that still needs to correct a lot more before we can even look at something like Titan. This is what's happening in the market, and most of this seems to be either profit booking or volatility, which is rising because of the election news which is coming out. So in the short term, you can expect this election, as it's playing out further and further, as it's coming to a close, the volatility to be higher and higher. Domestically, at least, this is the main reason for the volatility which you're seeing in the Nifty. And the market's really not going to go up or down or anyway and remain sideways as this continues. The main news, other than this, what I want to talk about was the gold price. Gold price is also sliding up, and that is mainly due to what's happening with the interest rate cut in the US, which doesn't seem to be forthcoming. And even the young Chinese are seeming to be interested in gold. Lots of them, the Generation Z, as it's called, were born between 1997 to year 2012, are actively buying gold or discussing buying gold in the social media platforms in China, while the Chinese youth employment rate in cities is approximately 15%. In many companies, salary reductions also being playing out. This is also fueling further demand in gold, and gold prices are creeping up. But as this price is keeping up, overall gold price is dependent on the Fed and the Fed movement. So do keep an eye out. If you do see corrections in gold, something for you to consider in the short term, but do expect gold prices to continue rising overall trend going on to next year until and unless the Fed wakes up and does something to the interest rate. Talking about the Fed, the interesting thing about is at the current interest rate where we are, the federal government treasuries, US treasuries, has generated $9 billion in annual interest rates for investors. That means it's printing almost $2 million per minute. That's the amount of cash it's printing. After nearly two decades of being at zero interest rate policies, the American Treasury is now one of the most reliable sources of income. This explains why Warren Buffett, though he did not explicitly say it in his annual meeting, is very happy to collect in the short term the US Treasury yield, which is at 5%. That means his approximate $2 billion, him just leaving it there at the bank, he is sweetly collecting around $10 billion for that. And I don't think Warren will be complaining about that. That is why he's not very eager to enter the market and buy up anything, because for sitting pretty and doing nothing, he's making a lot of cash, and it's no joke. As far as the elections are concerned, another thing which we wanted to add was to be careful. Since the volatility in the market is very high, stay in the large caps if you are going to be venturing this market. Don't speculate. This is not the time to speculate in this market, because we really do not know what is going to be happening in the next 4 to 5 weeks as far as domestically in the elections is concerned. It is also ideal time if you have made 50% or more in any of your investments and you're keen on at least removing your capital. It is an ideal time to look at that and visit that idea of removing the capital cost of what you've invested so far, leaving only the profit in the market, or even going further and taking all your profits out. It's not a bad time considering where the market levels are. What I wanted to finish the video off was talking about what British American Tobacco and ITC feel about each other. British American Tobacco has been going through some tough times. So logic dictates, ITC being their crown jewel, they would keep all their hands and claws inside the ITC as much as they can, considering cigarette and tobacco business and industry seems to be in rough weather around the world. And even recently in the UK Parliament, they were voting to remove tobacco or ban tobacco sales completely by phasing it out year-wise as each generation comes in. And taking that picture and what's happening in the US, you would expect BAT to look at ITC and maybe try and replicate some of the ideas ITC has come out with, the way it's been able to diversify and move away and pivot away from tobacco being its main source of income. But very strangely, BAT doesn't seem to be interested in that. BAT, after the demerger from ITC and ITC Hotels, will directly own only 15.32% of ITC Hotels as a FDI. And BAT is currently the largest public shareholder in ITC after ITC promoter holding stands at 39.93%. The board in BAT has said, the representation has said, the soon to be demerger of ITC was lacking any interest in the segment of ITC's other operations other than tobacco, which is very strange. And BAT's chief executive, Morocco, came out, confirmed in December that ITC hotel business doesn't align with British American Tobacco's interests. ITC Hotel plans to open up to 70 new hotels in the next 5 years, primarily through management contracts, and also aims to expand in neighboring countries. Even recently, the one in Sri Lanka has opened up, and they've been splashing advertisements everywhere, full page ads in all the dailies, and it's been attracting a lot of attention. Post-listing, BAT is expected to sell its stake in ITC Hotels, and ITC Hotels does not have any secured creditors and will really be debt-free post-demerger, with unsecured loans totaling to 2.39 crores owed to ITC, the parent company. So, post-demerger, 60% of ITC hotels will be owned by ITC shareholders, while 40% remaining will be continued to be held by ITC. This structure maintains to be 100% beneficial to the economic interests of ITC hotels. So, taking all this into consideration, it is rather puzzling why BAT doesn't seem any value in this. From this point of this video to the point it actually happens, maybe there'll be a turnaround in BAT's mind, or their board's mind, or their CEO's mind, or their chief executive's mind. But as of now, the way it stands, it is rather perplexing why they would want to sell this out and move out, other than the fact maybe there is more pressure from investors in BAT's parent company, and there's pressure from the investors to lower BAT's own debt, and BAT has no other option but to liquidate these positions, other than grandstanding publicly but internally licking wounds and selling these shares to generate the extra capital it requires to lower its own debt. That is the only speculation I can make. Otherwise, it's confounding to think why BAT would want to give up on ITC hotels when it has nothing to lose. If you have any insight into this, which I don't have, you may put in the comments down below and let me and Albin know what is happening, because we are rather confused about this too. Thanks for watching the video. Do stay safe out there if you're investing in this market. Like I said, there are companies which are very attractive in our usual list, which you can consider, like Natco, Dr. Reddy, Karnataka Bank, IDFC Bank, and ITC, of course. And do stay in large caps as much as you can. Don't venture in the mid caps and small caps and micro caps. Try and stay away from them. I'll do another video in some point of time explaining greater depth why there's a problem there. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.